The scientists who spent their entire lives mapping the brain, every neuron, every synapse, died saying the brain doesn't actually produce consciousness, not as a footnote, as their final conclusion. So what did they find instead? And why did it take a lifetime of proof to admit it? Wilder Penfield was a neurosurgeon who operated on conscious patients, brain exposed, electrodes active, and mapped what every region does. He could trigger memories. He could move limbs. He could produce vivid emotions with a single pulse. But there was one thing he could never produce: a thought. Brain stimulation never evoked abstract thought. The observer always remained separate from the tissue being probed. After decades of this work, Penfield wrote that he had struggled to prove that the brain accounts for the mind, and ultimately had to ask whether it could. Sir John Eccles, a Nobel laureate, won the prize for his work mapping the synapse itself. He spent his career deeper inside the brain's mechanics than almost anyone alive. His conclusion was unambiguous. Materialism does not and cannot explain either the existence or the operation of the mind. This gap between a neuron firing and the felt experience of being alive is what researchers call the hard problem. No equation closes it. Every time science pinned consciousness to a region, a process, a chemical, consciousness was already somewhere else, watching. Always the observer, never the observed tissue. So if the brain doesn't generate it, where does it come from? That's exactly what they died trying to answer. Penfield spent decades inside living brains and still couldn't locate a single thought. Does that shake your view of where your mind actually lives? Or do you think science just hasn't found the right region yet? Drop your answer in the comments below. Because what these scientists concluded next goes even further than the gap they couldn't close. Now, where Penfield left the gap and Eccles named it, Pim van Lommel went looking for proof and found it in the last place science expected. Van Lommel was a cardiologist, not a philosopher. He tracked 344 cardiac arrest patients across 10 Dutch hospitals, people whose brains had gone clinically flat, cortex and brainstem both offline. No measurable activity. By every standard definition, the hardware was off. And yet roughly 1 in 5 of those patients returned, reporting vivid, structured, lucid experience. Not confusion, not hallucination, not the scrambled static you'd expect from a dying brain. Clarity. His study, published in The Lancet, could not attribute what those patients reported to oxygen loss, medication, or psychological background. The brain was silent. The experience was not. Van Lommel's conclusion matched Penfield's and Eccles's from a completely different direction. The brain is a receiver, not a generator. Consciousness is non-local. It uses the brain the way a radio signal uses a receiver. Damage the radio, the signal still exists. And here is where it becomes personal. If consciousness is not produced by your brain, then it is not imprisoned by it. It is not your past diagnoses, not your old conditioning, not the patterns that feel hardwired. The hardware can be changed. The signal was never broken. You are not your neurons. You are what's using them. Subscribe now if you want more, and watch the next video. It goes further than you think. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, and leave a comment down below on something that you plan to implement to help improve your life.